Hello everyone, I'm Santiago and today I'm gonna be testing Metro Exodus Enhanced Edition on the Steam Deck. So this game, for the people that don't know, Metro Exodus Enhanced Edition is a ray tracing only title. So if you don't have an RTX card, you cannot run the game, or a ray tracing capable card. It used to be incompatible, but now it says it only displays compatibility warnings but runs fine. So I tried the entire franchise, link in the pinned comment and the description, but when I did it, I only tried the normal game, not the ray tracing only version, which is interesting. Let's see how it fares. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing that you'll see if you already played the game is this. Just tap on no, and you get an error message that says you do not meet the minimum requirements. Doesn't matter, run anyway. And maybe it'll take a bit to load the first time into the main menu. So let's skip ahead. We're back in now inside the game. 800p, medium settings, VSync off, motion blur off, ray tracing on high. Between high and medium there wasn't a huge difference, at least in my experience, maybe 1 or 2 frames. And again, since this is a ray tracing only title, you cannot turn off ray tracing. VRS disabled, doesn't make much of a difference. Hairworks no, because it's too demanding. Same with VSX and tessellation. FOV a little bit higher, and shader range at 0.7x. This means 70% resolution scale. It's like using quality FSR in that regard, but with the in-game spatial upscaler. That is very basic. And we don't have the reflections here because you need ultra quality for the reflections to show up, for the ray trace reflections. So we keep it on medium, 70% resolution scale, and high ray tracing. And I'm in some of the most demanding parts. The forest level. This is when I drop frames the most, at least on my main computer. As you can see, when I look at the forest, I'm in the low 30s. Let's get rid of that wolf. Oh my god. With a gamepad, this is impossible. I've been playing this on my main PC. Jesus. Let's grab this. So as I was saying, I've been playing this on my PC, and right now it's way easier to run than most new games. I love the voice acting, it's hilarious. But again, this would be like the worst case scenario type of deal. This is a forest with lots of vegetation, plus some draw distance, and then it becomes nighttime. You can also just have a flashlight. When you use a flashlight, it casts shadows, but the biggest sacrifice you're doing here is mostly, well, reflections are not there, foliage doesn't cast shadows. Again, remember we're playing the ray trace only version. It has unlimited ray bounces. So you're basically looking at global illumination. Look when I pick up this mushroom. It's like the lighting is in real time, basically. It's more impressive in the desert level, more noticeable, better said. But it actually works on Steam Deck. I'm blown away that this actually works. Although I'll still play the normal edition, the non-enhanced edition, because there you can at least get closer to 40, get better visuals when it comes to the presets. But you don't have ray tracing on that one at this level. There's a ray tracing option, but it's not as good. So yeah, this is more like a scientific thing, in a way. How did that didn't hit? There we go, finally. I'm out of ammo though. Alright. So I think it's time to show you handheld mode. I'm not showing you other settings because basically this was the only way to maintain 30s. at least in this location. Other areas might be a little bit different. But especially this area was problematic even on the PC version. So it's just a taxiing area. Many lights, decent draw distance, a good amount of foliage. That, as you may know, foliage is not easy for the GPU to render. Let me see if I can speed run through them. Might be lucky. Run! Also, all those flashlights on the enemies' heads cast shadows. Bolt ahead. There we go. I can't believe that worked. Also, the shadow draw distance is pretty poor on medium, but again, it's running global illumination in real time. And on the Steam Deck screen, 70% resolution looks pretty good in this game. It's a little bit soft, but again, we're playing a ray-traced only title. So I think that's pretty impressive for a handheld. Anyway, after this plays out, we're going to swap it to handheld, so allow me 1 sec that we're swapping to on my hands gameplay. Welcome back, we are now in handheld, and as you can see, even with the heavy foliage, we're into the 30s. Again, this area is like the worst performance I had, this level at least, in my PC. Have lots of experience playing this game, really, since it came out. So again, if for some reason you want to play the version with better global illumination, because that's what this is, real-time global illumination, well, there you go. Really good. I'm blown away that this works. I thought it was going to be like 5 FPS. But this being one of the first ray trace titles, ray trace only titles, kind of makes sense. Still, on the Steam Deck, I would recommend playing the normal version of the game without ray tracing. Still looks amazing, and you get better performance, more battery, all that good stuff. So yeah, do yourself a favor. Anyway, I'm going to show you another level, because this one is the most demanding, but let's see what we get generally. Now in the desert, this one used to be the level that I use for benchmarking, because there is lots of draw distance, and well, there's vegetation in the distance that in high settings casts shadows, but in medium, not so much. Okay, we're now walking, and as you'll notice, I'm outside. And once I get indoors and I look back, that's when it starts resolving the bounce lighting. So the color of the sand spreads all over the displays. That's an example. It takes a few seconds, but that also happens on the PC version. It's how it works. And this is the classic place where I did all the benchmarks in the past. So if you shoot here, you get transparencies. But the Steam Deck doesn't seem to care. So let me get ahead and I'll be back. So again, I would just play the normal version. And in levels are not the last one, just pause the game and put the rendering rate at 80 or 90%. You can increase the shading rate to 80%. It looks sharper. Performance is still good enough. I would even say 90% should be possible. But again, this is from a level-to-level basis. When you're in the last level, put it at 70%. Yeah, way sharper now. Still, if you don't see it side by side, it's kind of hard to tell. I'll probably lock this to 30 if I wanted to play it kind of seriously. That's not dead. Yeah, this one. This guy is alive. So yeah, another demanding level, but not as demanding as the forest one. And we can increase the shading rate to 90%. So that means extra pixels, which is good. So let's jump into one more level. Welcome back. We're now in the Volga, which is one of the first locations that you visit. Again, here we are with 90% resolution now, because we could take that advantage with the performance increase. And that performance increase is because, again, one of the last areas on the forest that I showed you at the beginning is what is more demanding on the GPU. Here not so much, so we can take the freedom to increase the resolution from 70 to 90. So most of the game play at 90%. Once you get to the forest, put it at 70% resolution. But as you can see, it's fine. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed with what I'm seeing here. Considering it's a ray-traced only version. So we got the global illumination, which is not as impressive as higher settings, of course. And we don't have the reflections. But I mean, it still looks different than the original. But on the Steam Deck, I would say play the original. You'll get better performance, better overall visuals when it comes to settings. So better textures, better draw distance, shadows on more objects, including the vegetation. So it's nice to be able to do this, but at the same time, I don't think it's practical. If you want to do it, knock yourself out. But I think it was a neat experiment. I didn't have to do anything, I just launched the game and it worked. So yeah, if you want to see how the normal game runs, link in the description. I also tried Metro 2033 Redux and Last Light. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did with this experiment. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys, thanks for watching.